All right, guys, this is your afternoon trivia recap for March the 2nd. Today we had 8 games. We had 9 2 weeks ago, and we had 7 last week, and then today we had 8 solid games of afternoon trivia. And the first one I talked about at Bear Scott Stadium, I said, I think we're going to try films with cities in the title for the first time ever, and yep, we sure did, and it was all U.S. cities in this one. So we had like Sleepless in Seattle, we had the Manhattan Project, and the winning one was a movie called Buffalo 66 from what year was that from? 1998, I think. And that was the capper, and this one went to Andy 8010 with a 5-2 victory, snapping the John 3-game winning streak. Game 2 was kind of a curveball. World Series MVPs, even with baseball kind of not in the picture, we went with World Series MVPs. World Series being a while back. It was John Wetland, Johnny Padres, and Mickey Lolich was in this one, and then Corey Seager from 2020. He also won it in 2023, 2 different teams, Dodgers and Rangers. And somebody knows his World Series MVPs, and that person is Andy 8010, who picked up a 5-1 victory. Game 3, we did a English idioms. Haven't done this one in a while. Kind of a rapid fire favorite for round 3. And in this one, it was a clean sweep by Andy 8010. Hell of a job. He's close to a perfecto in this one. He gets the, this was the only sweep of the day, by the way. And then game 4 was with Omen season coming to a close very, very soon. And this is another one I mentioned at Bear Scott Stadium. Omen franchise actors. So alumni from the Omen franchise. This covers the 6 films, the Omen. And we had, with this one, we had mostly the well-known actors. And so there really weren't any obscure ones. We had like Lee Remick, we had William Holden, we had Bill Nighy from the first Omen 2024. We had Julia Stiles from the Omen remake in 2006. We had 2 from Omen 4, which is still one of our last must-watch for this Omen season. Michael Lerner, pretty well-known name. Who else do we have? Sam Neill. So it's probably some recognizable names from other films. The only real obscure one was from Omen 4, Asia Vieira, who played Delia, Damien's daughter. And this one, it was, we should have done a couple rounds of this because this was pretty close, but it was Andy 8010 getting his 4th in a row, and it was a 5-3 win. And up to this point, it was the John and Andy show, the only ones getting points. And last week, it was John with a 4 games to 3 wins victory on the day. But this one, Andy gets 4 in a row, and then we went with game 5, World Capitals, kind of a rapid fire one. We had Rome in there, which was mentioned in Omen 4, and we had Bangkok in there as well. But it was who won this game? Oh yeah, Andy 8010 with a win, and it was a 5-1 victory. I think this was maybe Schalk who got the point. I forget. Not a whole lot of people getting points in this one, besides Andy and John. And Andy gets his 5th in a row, and then we went with cereal brands, Cookie Crisp and others, Honey Bunches of Oats, okay? Fruity Pebbles was in this. So this was a first time ever genre for afternoon trivia, even though it has been done in general trivia before, just been a while. In general trivia, General Mills, Cheerios. Andy knows his cereals. Thank God he doesn't eat doesn't eat sugar cereals, or he'd be even fatter than he is. And he wins 5-1. Not many people were admitting to eating sugar cereals. That's a good thing. Out there all telling the truth. 6 wins in a row. 1968 song titles, our first song-related trivia of the day. And this is one that Andy says this is not my forte. Coach said this is not my forte, but it ended up being for 1968 song titles trivia. Mr. Bat was sent to the showers, by the way, during this game. Andy 8010 with another 5-1 victory. A hell of a job. You're all I need to get by. That was the name of the song. Tammy Terrell, Marvin Gaye was one of the songs here. You're all I need to get by. And then we had what became the Big Cash Prizes finale, Game 8, U.S. State Capitals Trivia. And this one was another victory for Andy 8010, showing off his prowess today, winning another 3 straight 5-1s to end the day. An incredible 8 consecutive, all 8 wins on the day. Now before afternoon trivia started today, Jay Weed, who also won the One for All the Marbles today. Jay Weed got One for All the Marbles and picked the feature presentation. That was a big story, but the bigger story was him saying that Andy is probably the greatest trivia player of all time. Incredible. I think that really inspired Andy today to prove the former master correct, and he did. 8 consecutive wins. You can see we have 3 debut genres. Next, we're going to look at the present and accounted for, which was a pretty big list. Check it out. And we had so a lot of the regulars, but some newbies. So we had Andy 8010 with, messed that one up. 8's a real hard number to write. 8 victories, check for if you got a point. DNR Manny was in. DNR Manny almost got a technical because he invited Swift to play poker soon. Said, would you like to play poker soon? During afternoon trivia. I mean, the disrespect for afternoon trivia. So he tried to sweep it under the rug like he meant next week, but it didn't look good. It was really disrespectful. So DNR was in, no points. DPCX was on shower duties today. John was in and did a lot of damage, but was not able to get a victory today. Did a hell of a job. JG53 AOL was in. He might be ready to get back on shower duties soon. JHL was in. The Cobra struck on World Capitals Trivia. Pretty sure he got one. I forget which one he got. He got one of the Indonesia or something. One of the World Capitals. But he did get 1 point in the game in afternoon trivia. UConn was in, trying to get some karma for the Huskies men and women's team. Mr. Met was back in full form, getting no points, but he got a couple of technicals, 1 shower visit, 1 ejection. DPCX was on shower duty, ready with the body wash. Mr. Met chirping from the showers as he does a lot. Swiftology was in. Bought a drink for one of our newbies today, Susie Q. Is she real? Is she a hider? Who cares? She was in. Susie Q. All right. Who did that song, Susie Q? Was it CCR? I think it was. Coach Nelson was in and got a point. He knew the song Girl Watcher by the Occasions. Good job, Coach. Sailor C was in. That's another newbie. We'll put a little check next to them for newbies. We had 2 newbies today. That's nice. Thanks for coming in, Susie and Sailor, for afternoon trivia today. Eagles 52 was one of his classic late appearances was in. And then we had Fenton KU was in and out really quickly. All right, great. Thanks for coming in, everybody, and for today's rounds. Big cash prizes was for the state capitals victory, which went to Andy 10. Their new Raleigh, North Carolina, former dwelling place of Ace Leopard 99. Big cash prizes were A, find something at Publix, B, Subway, C, Jersey Mike's, D, Jimmy John's. 3 sub sandwich places in Publix, and it was a classic, find something at Publix, looking for FJ. So this could be like a 2-part pick, even though these could have been a 2-part pick as well, had they been picked. Find something at Publix, we'll do a video on that. We have kicked off March with a bang. Afternoon trivia. Andy's the big winner today, but you guys came in and performed very well, kept things rolling. Nice discussions during afternoon trivia. Thanks for coming by. That is the scoreboard, and I will see you maybe later this week. We'll see. If not, I'll see you for next week once the season of the year of movie watching will be over. All right, see you then. I'm gonna go look for FJ.